Today we are going to be taking a closer look at the civics feature in Humankind Civics. Civics represent societal matters on which the player can position the empire by making a choice between propositions and thus forging the empire's character and ideology. The game context and the empire actions will sometimes line up and unlock the conditions for a new civic. Each civic has two options to choose from. Both choices correspond to a possible answer to the question raised by the civic. Either choice will modify the empire ideologies and have gamma play effects or unlock content. Empires can only enact one of the choices by spending influence. Enacting civics. Civics may be enacted for an influence cost. This cost will increase as more civics are enacted. In addition, enacted civics may be cancelled for an additional influence cost. Civics backlash. When a territory is under the influence of another empire, a civics backlash can occur. The population asks their leader to adapt to this foreign influence and to take a similar stance on a given civic. The empire can either adopt the suggested civic or refuse. Refusing will lead to dissatisfaction in the local population and the loss of stability by applying defiant on the city for 10 turns. Civic list. Civics are arranged in a total of 7 different categories. These are, from left to right on the in-game civic table, 7 economy civics, related to public spending and investment. 5 army civics, related to military and martial matters. 6 justice civics, related to the treatment of criminals and other civil issues. 7 government civics, related to the organization of your ministry and politics. 4 society civics, related to day-to-day life in your empire. 5 culture civics, related to cultural issues and art. 6 religion civics, related to beliefs and what is acceptable or not. Government civics. Founding myths. By what right do we rule? Option A, natural right, +3 progress. We claim inherent dominion over the land and beasts. Receive +5 influence on main plaza. Option B, divine mandate, +3 tradition. Our supremacy is ordained, for we are the chosen ones. Receive +3 faith on territory. Unlocks when the total population, units, cities, and outposts population reaches 8 in the ancient era. The capital city has to be established. Unlocks at the same time as legitimacy civic. Leadership. How do we lead? Option A, small council, +4 liberty, a handful of the wisest heads to give good counsel. Receive +1 city cap, leads to political entitlement civic. Option B, autarch, +4 authority, the absolute will of the leader, should not be diluted. Receive +25 stability on capital, leads to political influence civic. Political influence. Who has the ear of the autarch? Option A, monarchy, authority, only those of royal descent should wield political power. Receive +2 influence on main plaza, leads to monarchy power civic. Option B, aristocracy, tradition, the superior bloodlines of the nobility can lead this empire to greatness. Receive +5 money on main plaza, leads to aristocracy evolution civic. Unlocks when having 3 commons quarters and 3 market quarters in one city. Political entitlement. What political system does the small council support? Option A, aristocracy, tradition, the superior bloodlines of the nobility can lead this empire to greatness. Receive +5 money on main plaza, leads to aristocracy evolution civic. Option B, republic, liberty supreme power should be held by the people and their elected representatives. Receive +3 strength combat strength on militia, leads to republic evolution civic. Unlocks when having 3 stability commons quarters and 3 money market quarters in one city. Monarchy power. What type of monarchy is this? Option A, absolute monarchy, authority, the desires of the monarch are the desires of the empire. Receive -20% on emblematic district industry cost and -20% on cultural wonder industry cost. Option B, constitutional monarchy, liberty, with curtailed powers, the monarchy is a more beloved institution of the people. Receive +2 influence on main plaza and +1 influence on hamlet. Aristocracy evolution. Whose political interests should be represented? Option A, oligarchy, authority, the empire's best interests are served by a concentration of political power. Receive +20% money from grievances and +20% money from surrender. Option B, democratic revolution, liberty, political parties of many stripes compete for the backing of the people. Receive +1 science on commons quarter and +1 money on commons quarter. Republic evolution. Should there be a diversity of political representation? Option A, one-party state, authority, a single, unified party reflecting the ever-changing will of the people. Receive +10 stability on territory. Option B, democratic republic, liberty, political parties of many stripes compete for the backing of the people. Receive +1 science on commons quarter and +1 money on commons quarter. Justice civics. Legitimacy. What style of laws does the empire use? Option A, codified laws, +3 progress. Laws will be debated, classified, and codified for perpetuity. Receive -20% on attach outpost cost and -20% on absorb city cost. Option B, customary laws, +3 tradition, historical precedent and tradition serve as the basis for our judgments. Receive -50% on create outpost cost. Unlocks when the total population, units, cities, and outposts population reaches 8 in the ancient era. The capital city has to be established. Unlocks at the same time as founding myths civic. Punishment. How should ordinary crimes be punished? Option A, physical punishment, +4 tradition. Crimes will be met with a lash of whip, and obedience will follow. Receive +100% delay between 2 crisis independent people spawn on all cities. Option B, forfeiture, +4 progress. Criminals must be penalized with a loss of their worldly possessions. Receive -20% stability loss per turn on city or outpost. Judicial control. How is the justice system overseen? Option A, open inspections, liberty, a public body should scrutinize and report on every aspect of the justice system. Unlocks people's assembly infrastructure. Option B, state surveillance, authority, covert monitoring of key figures is necessary to ensure control. Unlocks secret police infrastructure. Political control. How should political opposition be uncovered? Option A, state surveillance, collectivism, covert monitoring of key figures is necessary to ensure control. Unlock secret police infrastructure. Option B, denunciation, authority, a network of secret informers will prevent dissidents from organizing. Unlocks neighborhood watch infrastructure. Capital punishment. What should the death penalty be replaced with? Option A, lifetime sentence, tradition, the rest of the perpetrator's natural life to be spent imprisoned. Receive +5 stability on commons quarter. Option B, hard labor, progress, the debt to society can be partially repaid through hard honest work. Receive +5 industry on makers quarter. Capital punishment. What should the death penalty be replaced with? Option A, lifetime sentence, tradition, the rest of the perpetrator's natural life to be spent imprisoned. Receive +5 stability on commons quarter. Option B, rehabilitation, progress, even the worst criminals can become productive members of society. Receive +5 food on farmers quarter. Army civics. Army composition. Who should fight for the empire? Option A, conscripts, +3 authority, conscripted warriors will save us the cost of raising soldiers from the crib. Receive -30% on unit industry cost. Option B, professional soldiers, +3 liberty, forged from the youngest age, professional warriors will give us stronger armies. Receive +1 strength combat strength on unit. Unlocks when an army completed a battle. Independent peoples. How should we use other peoples? Option A, assimilated peoples, +4 homeland, our empire will become stronger by opening our arms to new communities. Receive -50% on assimilate cost. Option B, mercenary armies, +4 world. Why let our own blood be spilled when we can pay others to fight? Receive -50% on higher army cost. Unlocks when an independent people within your map vision upgraded their redoubt into a city. Conquered empires. What is our outlook on conquests? Option A, anti-imperialists, world, our heads can be held high when we fight those who would oppress. Receive +20 war support increase when winning a battle on imperialist empire. Option B, imperialists, authority, for the sake of harmony, only one empire should be the ultimate victor. Receive +10 war support increased when winning a battle on relations. Unlocks when having about 10 militarist era stars. This means the earliest tier 1 can possibly get the civic is early modern era. Army wages. How should we finance our armies? Option A, paid wages, +4 homeland. A decent respectable soldiery must be founded on a dependable wage. Receive +20 stability on city that you occupy and +5 stability on garrison. Option B, plundered wages, +4 world. Soldiers are kept alert by earning their keep. On army receive -50% money from ransacking and +4 combat strength from ransacking. Nuclear weapons. What is our stance on nuclear weapons? Option A, nuclear disarmament, world, the existence of weapons of mass destruction will always diminish humanity. Gain the grievance against empires completing nuclear tests or detonating nuclear bombs. Option B, nuclear proliferation, homeland, pragmatism dictates that a strong nuclear arsenal is the best deterrence. Unlocks fission test national project. Unlocked by the nuclear fission technology. Religion civics. Religious rights. Should religious rights be communal or personal? Option A, communal rights, +3 collectivism, religious ceremonies can bind communities closer together. Unlocks action procession. Option B, personal rights, +3 individualism, the act of worship is a sacred act between a believer and a higher power. Receive modify religious district industry cost by -30%. Unlocks when the state religion followers reach 10 on empire. Only the followers in your empire counts. Religious tolerance. What is the empire's outlook on other religions? Option A, open-minded, +4 world, other faiths should be free to worship as they see fit. Receive +3 influence on territories, if territories follow state religion. Option B, religious hostility, +4 homeland, there is only one true religion. The rest spread falsehoods. Receive +5 faith on territories, unlocks action heresy, the player will gain a special grievance against empires with a different state religion. Unbelievers. What should we do with the unfaithful? Option A, eliminate unbelievers, authority, like disease carriers, the only prudent course of action for the unfaithful is death. Unlocks action start inquisition on empire. Option B, banish unbelievers, homeland, let the unfaithful spread their good ideologies elsewhere. Unlocks action banish population on empire. Religious minorities. Should religious minorities pay tribute? Taxed minorities, +5 individualism, a fair system encourages a more harmonious society. Receive +10 money on territories under religion's influence, if territories follow foreign religion. Option B, untaxed minorities, +5 liberty, worshippers of other faiths should not be burdened with our religion's taxes. Receive +1 stability on territories under religion's influence, if territories follow foreign religion. Irreligion. What kind of irreligious society do we want? Option A, secularism, liberty, the functions of government are separate from religious institutions. You will be immune to religious grievances. Option B, state atheism, authority, we oppose religious institutional power in all aspects of public and political life. Receive atheism now become your state religion. Atheism can spread to other territories through faith, output like a normal religion. -75% foreign religion strength bonus. +25% faith on territories under religion's influence, if territories follow state religion, now atheism, all religious civics or locked and invested civics points are reimbursed. Unlocked by admonish event rejoice choice or unknown. Scientific facts. What is the response to empirical findings that contradict religious truths? Option A, literalism, +6 tradition, what is written is the pure truth, regardless of what science says. Receive +5 faith and +5 stability on holy site. Option B, compatibilism, +6 progress, the holy words need not be taken literally, only their spirit is intended. Receive +5 science on holy site. Culture civics. Foreign customs. Are others' customs to be honored or dismantled? Option A, cultural respect, +6 world, following others' customs is no threat to our fundamental identity. Receive +100% fame earned per STD star. Option B, cultural eradication, +6 homeland, we should not unnecessarily dilute our culture with others' strange rights. Unlocks diplomatic ability blocks fear of influence. Prevents the spread of other empires' spheres of influence through controlled territory. Press freedom should the news be controlled by the government. Option A, freedom of speech, +6 liberty, societal progress relies on the people speaking truth to power. Receive -20% cost of cancelling civic and -20% cost of enacting civic. Option B, propaganda, +6 authority, the masses need simple stories for the good of the empire. Prevents any empire revolution. Cultural blessing. What attitude should we have to outsider cultures? Option A, monoculturalism, +3 homeland, without unity we will only sow division. +5 stability on main plaza and administrative center. Option B, multiculturalism, +3 world, a culture is like a rope, stronger when compassed of many strands. Receive +1 influence on main plaza and administrative center. Unlocks by capturing a city, independent people's city included, from another culture for the first time with siege. The territory must be under your influence. Artistic expression. Should artists be subject to censorship or given free reign of expression? Option A, free arts, +5 liberty, for every human soul to reach its potential, art must be free. Receive +1 influence on maker's quarter. Option B, censored arts, +5 homeland, nothing is more dangerous than a world of unfettered ideas. Receive +1 influence on market quarter. Unlocks by researching the movable typeface technology. Artistic ownership. Who determines what is considered art? Option A, academic artists, homeland, truth, beauty, virtue only the finest minds can recognize true art. Unlocks Academy of Arts infrastructure. Option B, independent artists, authority, the creative fire exists in each and every one of us. Artist studio infrastructure. Economy civics. Land rights. Does the land belong to the empire or the people? Option A, communal land, +4 collectivism, the fruits of the earth will be enjoyed by all. Receive plus 10 food per number of attached territories on all cities. Option B, inherited land, plus 4 individualism, family trees will best cultivate the soils over the generations. Allows to claim, attach and merge territories with money instead of influence. Unlocked in the medieval era or later. Unknown. Materials procurement. How should we secure necessary resources? Option A, seize resources, plus 5 world. The world's bounties belong to those that can take them. Receive plus 30 war support increase when declaring war on relations. Option B, trade resources, plus 5 individualism, we are blessed in some things, lacking in others. Trade makes sense. Receive minus 20% required resource deposits to be able to create wondrous resource deposits. International trading. What is our guiding foreign economic policy? Option A, isolationism, homeland, the fruits of our labor are ours and our allies alone. Unlocks diplomatic ability, trade only with ally. Unlocks diplomatic ability, blocks fear of influence except allies. Option B, globalism, individualism, money makes the world go round. And we don't want to stop it spinning. Unlocks diplomatic ability, trade at war. Fundamental values. Is the empire's first concern citizen security or happiness? Option A, public happiness, plus 3 liberty, a joyful life begets a prosperous one. Receive minus 50% on commons quarter industry cost. Option B, public security, plus 3 authority. The dangers of the world are myriad. Nothing is more vital than citizens' protection. Receive minus 50% on garrison industry cost. Knowledge authorities. Who has the biggest influence on our empire's knowledge? Option A, elders' wisdom, plus 4 tradition, we must not forget the lessons of our own history. Receive plus 1 science per researcher on city or outpost. Option B, foreign innovations, plus 4 progress, be not too proud, outsiders bring many truths of the world. Receive plus 1 science per number of trade routes on city or outpost. Industrial production. Who should own our most important industries? Option A, nationalized industries, plus 6 collectivism, some industries are too vital to be taken from the people's hands. Receive plus 1 farmer's slot on city or outpost per farmer's quarter. Option B, privatized industries, plus 6 individualism, private ownership does wonders for motivation. Receive plus 1 trader's slot on city or outpost per market quarter. Working conditions. Do you prioritize our workers or our company's well-being? Option A, workers' rights, collectivism, our workers are our most valuable asset. Receive plus 1 stability on maker's quarter. Option B, profit-focused, individualism, the remorseless pursuit of profit is the only winning strategy. Receive plus 5 money on maker's quarter and minus 25% delay between 2 crisis-independent people spawn on city or outpost. Society civics. Citizenship. Should citizenship be universal or for selected groups? Option A, universal citizenship, liberty, everyone is entitled to become a full citizen of the empire. Receive plus 25 stability on all cities. Option B, select citizenship, authority, citizenship is conditional, not to be given to any wanderer within our borders. Receive plus 5 stability on market quarter. Colonization. What model should we employ for our cities on foreign shores? Option A, vassal colonies, plus 5 homeland, far-flung cities should understand they work for the homeland. Apply status subservient on captured cities. Option B, naturalized colonies, plus 5 world, new cities and their citizens, wherever they may be, are the equals of the old ones. Apply status harmonious on captured cities. Unlocks with founding a city on a foreign continent. Slaves. How do we procure slaves? Option A, criminal slaves, world, those who break our laws will become vassals for the empire. Receive plus 1 industry and plus 1 food on commons quarter. Option B, war slaves, plus 4 homeland, the sons and daughters of the empire's enemies will become our slaves. Receive plus 1 population bonus population per ransack. Children's rights. What are the empire's children entitled to? Option A, child education, plus 6 progress. The empire's continued progress is predicated on educating each generation anew. Receive plus 1 researcher's slot in city or outpost per science research quarter. Option B, child employment, plus 6 tradition, economic growth is the empire's first responsibility for all citizens, regardless of age. Receive plus 1 worker's slot in city or outpost per maker's quarter. I'm guessing since you made it this far you liked the video, so hit subscribe to appease the gods of humankind. Thanks for watching.